My name is Ivy. I am the owner of Girls Who Powerlift. Girls Who Powerlift was started in 2015, about a year after I started powerlifting. And it was really the powerlifting community that drew me in, and I wanted to be a bigger part of that for women, because at the time, women were powerlifting and there were some powerhouses in the sport, but it was mostly male dominated. But I had like friends that were also powerlifting, and so for me, I was like, I have to find other women and like bring them together, because what powerlifting did for me, I knew that it could do that for other people. But in order to get that message out, like I needed to create that community, and so that's what I did with Girls Who Powerlift. Now it's been 5 years and it's become so much bigger than I ever anticipated. Now we sell clothing, it's a brand, we host events, like we're getting ready to start traveling again, like we did post-COVID. So it's been a journey. At the same time, I started Girls Who Powerlift so soon after powerlifting, like learning how to powerlift, that I think that I took my business came first. And so here I am almost 6 years in, like 6.5 years into powerlifting, and I feel like I'm starting fresh, which is why we kind of wanted to do this little series, is to just show the journey. And I think that for me, I put my business first. I was an entrepreneur first, and I never had the opportunity to be an athlete first, and I have that now. I'm working with an amazing coach who keeps me on my toes, but is also super considerate of all the things that I have going on. And so I'm excited to get back on the platform. Last time I competed was the worst meet of my entire life. And I am excited to get back on the platform and to kind of like have my redemption meet. And even if the meet doesn't go well, I know the work that I put into it. And for that, I think that I'll be happy with that. Like I will be proud of myself for that. The meet that I'm doing is the Throwdown. It's USPA Throwdown in Miami in November. I don't know the exact date, but it's in November. So we're like 14 weeks out at this point. I think my biggest thing is that powerlifting is one of those sports that it's like there are elite people in the powerlifting community, but then there are people that are just like, they're regular people with jobs and families, and you know, they go to work every day and they find passion in this sport and they compete, and it's an opportunity for them to be an athlete as well. And I think that I'm one of those people. Like I am not, like I said, I put my business and first, so I never got an opportunity to like really just like go full throttle like on my lifts, and it to a detriment to myself. Honestly, I've gotten a lot of injuries from not being able to just, you know, not doing all the work that I was supposed to be doing as far as accessories and stretching and all of that stuff. And so I'm excited to kind of, I don't know, a part of me feels like this is a little selfish. Like I'm excited to watch the process. And so my hope is that that'll be relatable to other people, so that if it's one, like I run this brand, but I'm not this elite lifter. And so if I can do it, you can do it, kind of a thing. And I'm excited to go back and like watch all of this, because I am one of those people that I'll be like, nope, that was terrible. And then I'll go look at the video and I'm like, all right, it wasn't that bad. So I'm excited to watch this process and be like, oh, that was crap, I'm gonna do terrible. And then go watch it and be like, all right, I'm not that weak. So the last meet that I did was also Throwdown. It was in 2019, just before COVID hit. And my expectations compared to that meet are not very high, just because that meet was such a crap show. I was at all-time high in depression and anxiety, and that really showed its ugly face on meet day. My lifts were not where they had been just a year prior to that. And that was really hard for me. I literally walked on the platform for my first attempt squats in full panic attack mode. I was crying, my face was red, and I just it just wasn't, I wasn't my best self. And so really my expectations for this meet is just to show up as my best self, and to know that I've put the work into it, and so that I will, no matter what the result is, I'll be happy because I'm doing what I did what I'm supposed to be doing.